Hi everyone, this is IntuitiveEdge. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. Now, I want to talk about what might be coming up in the next couple of months. I'm going to look at the cards intuitively and see if we can get some insight. There's a lot going on with the social media purge. A lot of people have been kicked to the curb, and from what I've been seeing, people are flocking to different channels to find any kind of semblance of some kind of string of hope to hang on to. There's been many rumors about President Trump, that he is well insulated, which we hope he is, that he has signed the Insurrection Act, that the military is now in control of the government, all kinds of different things going on, but nobody has seemed to come out with any kind of proof. And things have been kind of quiet other than people getting kicked off of social media and the tech giants having a field day with people's constitutional rights. I want to take a look at the cards. I have 9 questions laid out. I want to take a look at the next couple of months. Now, many people are coming to the realization that things may not turn out the way that we think they will. We may not see Trump re-inaugurated on January 20th. We may see Biden inaugurated. Many people are holding out hope that President Trump will, in fact, be re-inaugurated for a second term, knowing how much China Joe is compromised by the CCP and what trouble not just the United States, but places like Taiwan would be in should China Joe become president. So I want to take a look at this in the cards just to see what we have coming over the next couple of months. I'm thinking and I'm hoping, we'll see what the cards say, but I'm wondering if there might be a twist and we might see things happen a little differently. So if that's the case, this is just going to call for people to have wills of steel and hearts of resoluteness, because we're going to have to suck it up and hold our breath maybe through this turbulent time. So, but my purpose is to help people maybe not feel so alone or not feel so frantic, and try to bring some calm if I can. But let's see what the cards say. I'm going to take a look at this. I'll be right back. And for those of you who are new to my channel, what I do is I look at the cards. I have tarot cards, different oracle decks. Sometimes I use both. But generally I use tarot, and I look at the cards and blend it with my own intuitive insights that I get from the card and messages that come in through my own intuition. Okay. So my first question, I'm just curious if President Trump signed the Insurrection Act. I've got a couple of questions here. I'm going to lay out a few cards and then I'll show you what we got here. So, did 45 sign the Insurrection Act? I have the 2 of Pentacles. I'll show you the artwork on this card here. Now, as you can see, this card has this turtle floating down in between those 2 discs. Now, this is a card of weighing your options, thinking and strategizing, and weighing your options. And Pentacles card has to do with things that you value. So it's an important decision that you're weighing. Now, when I looked at this card and seeing the turtle as it's kind of heading in between the 2 coins and doing the deep dive, to me it does feel like that is probably the case. I do think that might be true, with that turtle kind of going down and like the deep dive also signifying like a going in underneath or in for protection, swimming down, letting the coins rise up. I do sense that might indeed be the case. Okay, let's see what else we get. Will JB be inaugurated on January 20th? Now, we have a messenger card. This is the messenger card. This is the Page of Swords. Now, you see the keyword there is gossip. Now, interesting having the card of, you kind of have to be careful what you listen to. And there may be some gossip heading your way. So this is a funny card to have on that. It's not a yes, it's not a no, it's a be careful that you're not deceived or that you're not listening to gossip. So if we were to see, for instance, a inauguration, it may not be authentic. With the gossip card, you kind of have to watch what you see and hear. I'm going to move on because that's kind of tricky. That's funny. Will 45 be inaugurated on January 20th? Now, this is interesting. I've got this card, an ace of cups. This is a card of a friendly offering. I would think that does look more positive for 45 than JB. However, I'm also aware President Trump has said he's not going to be at the inauguration on the 20th. So people are speculating that it's going to be someplace else. I mean, maybe it'll happen someplace else. So I don't know. That looks a little more favorable for 45 than JB. Although I'm just from what I'm hearing out in the chatter, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them is a deep fake. Okay, one of the inaugurations is a fake. If there's two that go on at the same time, you know what I'm saying. All right, let's see what else. Will 45 be inaugurated on or before March 4th? Okay, so I had two dates here because I'm a little wondering because I've been seeing some chatter that might say otherwise. So we have this here. This is the Four of Swords. And the keyword there is recovery. It's a card of basically that. Recovering, kind of resting, recuperating. So, interesting on that. Again, with that and the ace card, I think there may be, I would say there will probably be an inauguration for Donald Trump. But let's keep going and see what else we got. What are China's plans for the USA? Okay, this I've got as you can see that here, the Hermit. Card of contemplation. And it's kind of funny because he looks a little Asian, the little merman there. But what are China's plans for the USA? With this card of contemplation, we do know that China has a vested interest in our intellectual property. They've been overtly and covertly attempting to get our secrets from our tech companies and our other type of companies, military secrets, that kind of thing. Secretary Pompeo gave a speech today where he talked about the real and present danger and threat that the CCP has toward the United States and toward our interests. And so with that contemplation, that looking, thinking about strategizing in your mind, what you want to accomplish, that's a major arcana too. I think there's a lot on that energy as far as strategizing in that way. Next question, number 6, is does JB support China's plans? Now, we don't call him China Joe for nothing, but does he, is he actively on board with some of the more nefarious things with the CCP? Now, this is interesting. I've got the Justice card, the Balance card, the Fairness card. Now, she's kind of interesting being next to that. I would wonder if she's trying to bring necessary balance, if she's trying to put up a blockade, because her little sword here is like wanting to put a blockade next to this Hermit. But you can also look at it as wanting to tip the scales in their favor. I know many are concerned that JB will attempt to manipulate the scales in favor of the CCP, giving them a little more free rein, opening back up trade, making things more fair with them. Because right now President Trump's kind of been shutting China out of trade and that kind of thing. And this, to me, feels like a little more friendly with that justice, that balance, that wanting to be fair. So I think it would be a little more of a favorable relationship with Joe and China. Okay. Okay, what will we see in February? We have a messenger. We have the offering, the messenger of offering. This is the page of cups, imagination. But this is a messenger of offering, offerings being made, deals being made. I see a lot of movement in February with people. Some moving some moving this way, some moving that way, some moving up and out. A lot of movement. I sense something about the White House being like boxes moving in, like moving stuff, things being boxed up or boxed. I see boxes coming in, like large boxes coming into the White House. Lots of movement. The last card, well, actually, second to the last card. Will President Trump emerge victorious as president? A lot of people are thinking that 45 will continue on. We do have the Three of Pentacles on that. This is a card of working on a plan, and the key word there is recognition. So working on a plan, having a plan come together. So I'm wondering, because again, it's that recognition of working on something. And then I wrote down the outcome for the United States by the time we get through this volatile time into March. And that is the Four of Wands. Now the key word there is reward. This is a really positive, happy card in the deck. I think by March, things are going to be a lot better. When I did my year ahead spread, I had January as being a very volatile time emotionally. People were going to be high strung emotionally. A lot of tension, a lot of fighting, just every volatile energy of emotion you can think of, from anger to sadness to outbursts to, and haven't we seen that already? February, we had the Tower card, which is the card of complete and utter destruction. So things having to be dismantled and come down before they can be reset, rebuilt, redone. Okay. But I believe I said in my year ahead that by the time we get to March, it felt a little better. The energy felt lighter. It's like I feel like we turn a corner where something good comes around finally after a very tumultuous January and February. And I do get that with this card of reward. It does feel like we will have turned a corner by March. Underneath all of this, I have the card of self-reflection, which is also a major arcana, which is the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is flavoring this entire reading. Judgment of people, judgment of the country. It's the day of reckoning. It's coming up on not being able to get away with something. You're kind of your past, your karma. You kind of have to meet up face to face with your past deeds and reconcile your actions. So there's that energy underneath this whole entire thing. I want to shuffle up and do one more on this just to get a clear picture on these questions again, and I'll be right back. Okay, I shortened my list of questions. I wanted to just clarify some of the ones that I wanted a little more clarity on. So I have 5 questions this time. Did DJT, for number 45, sign the Insurrection Act? I've got an ace on that. Aces generally, when you ask a specific direct question, generally mean yes. I'll show you the ace here. It's the Ace of Pentacles. Again, we had the Two of Pentacles last time. Pentacles symbolizing things we value. So I would say yes, he did. I'm going to stick with that. Okay, will JB be inaugurated on January 20th? Now, I've got the 5 of Pentacles. The card of abandonment. There's also the card of taking risk, undue risk. Now that paired with that gossip card, I'm kind of wondering if we might see some interesting things happen in the next couple of weeks. Will 45 be inaugurated on January 20th? Now we've got the 8 of Wands. Travel. This is a card of things happening quickly. Movement. You know, I'm just wondering. The cards don't look good between the 2 of them. It favors DJT. Now, take for it what you will, but that's what the cards say to me. Five of Pentacles is kind of a card, so on Joe. So, yeah, okay, all right. China's plans for America. Wow. Oh my goodness, we have the motivation card, the 3 of Wands. Now, yeah, I think China's very motivated to be able to get their hands on some of our stuff. I think they're very covetous of our intellectual property, as I mentioned, and it sounds like they are very motivated to get their hands in, which is probably why they've been accused of having a hand in some of the shenanigans that went on with the election. So yeah, they're very motivated. So I think they're a formidable enemy and should be treated as such. Outcome for the USA by March of 2021. Now, this is amazing. We've got the Ace of Wands, another ace. Aces are very positive. And again, we had that really nice card on the last spread for come March. I do think we will have turned a corner by March, and things are going to look a lot better. So be encouraged. I don't think, again, just be open-minded that things may or may not, probably will not, look anything like we think they will. I think there's a lot that is at play. And so we're just going to have to be able and willing to go with the flow and be open-minded that, you know, for now, we're just going to have to live with things feeling unsettled. We're going to have to, you know, if you're feeling anxiety or any kind of emotional distress over it, you know, this is the time to learn to manage that. We all do, because we're all feeling it. So whatever, you know, meditation works really well. You know, even just sitting outside quietly and just listening to the birds sing or something to just kind of just calm your energy. Drink lots of fluids, eat healthy foods, and just try not to stress yourself out too much. And because this is an interesting movie, the way it's playing out. So that's all I have for this. I just wanted to check in with the cards and just, I was hoping to give people some hope. And to me, this I mean, if the cards had said, you know, it doesn't look so good for DJT, I would tell you that. You know, I don't get anything by, you know, trying to fake you guys out or make you, you know, I don't get anything by being dishonest, okay? So I just give you what I see. And yes, I've got my own personal biases, but, you know, but I try to be honest with the cards too. And if they tell me something I don't want to hear, I will say, you know, gee, this doesn't look so good, you know. So that's what I have to say, and I appreciate you stopping by my channel. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay safe, everyone. And if you're new here, please subscribe. It does help me grow my channel. I am on Bitchute, Brighteon, and Rumble. Also, I was on Parlor, and I'm probably going to resurrect my Gab account. So I am elsewhere, so if you want to find me, learn more about what I do, please feel free. Anyway, come back for more. I will be doing more videos. I appreciate everybody stopping by. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.